The second problem I have with the third act of this movie is the return of the Death Star. It's kind of silly that they just rebuilt the Death Star, and even more ridiculous that they just built it with a similar weak point that seems way easier to get to. Like, they don't need to even shoot a torpedo with a perfect shot using the Force at a tiny hole like the first one. Like, they just flew into a big ass room and blew that bitch up. It just really cheapens the idea of the Death Star as a formidable threat. Instead of feeling like a legit force of nature, it feels like a monster of the week villain. I admit the design of the half-built Death Star is pretty rad, and the reveal that the Death Star is actually operational is cool as shit. It's very effective. I'm just saying they didn't have to bring it back. It would have probably been just as cool if Luke, Vader, and the Emperor were all on Vader's ridiculously huge battleship. This feels like the first time the Star Wars franchise was trying to be self-referential and fan servicey. And this brings me to the core problem with this film that has echoed throughout Star Wars to this day. Star Wars became too aware of itself. This is the moment when Star Wars started going, hey, you remember this? You liked that, right? Well, it's back. People fell in love with Star Wars because it was new and interesting and exciting. Rehashing old ideas that people liked about the older movies isn't any of those things. I do still like this movie a lot, but that's mostly because this shit is in my blood.
I've been in this fight since I was 6 years old.
And I find a way to enjoy every Star Wars movie. Except this one. This one is legit poodoo.